Have you ever wondered why some women stay on a man's mind forever, while others are forgotten in days? The truth is shocking. Most women try too hard to hold on to someone. They text first every second, chase attention, and forget one important rule: people value what they fear losing. If you truly want him to miss you like crazy, you must understand this powerful emotional secret that 99% of women completely ignore. Today, I'm going to share 6 life-changing points that can completely transform the way he sees you. One of the biggest mistakes many women make is being available every single moment of the day. The sad truth is that when someone knows they can access you anytime they want, they slowly begin to take your presence for granted. Constant texting, replying within seconds, always saying yes, and making him the center of your world may feel like love, but over time it removes the excitement and mystery that naturally create attraction. Human psychology works in a very interesting way. People are emotionally drawn toward things that feel valuable, rare, and difficult to fully control. When your entire schedule revolves around one person, it sends the message that your life has no priority beyond them. Instead of increasing emotional connection, it often reduces curiosity and appreciation. A man starts expecting your attention rather than valuing it. This does not mean playing toxic games or pretending to ignore someone you care about. It simply means maintaining your individuality and protecting your personal space. Keep investing in your goals, hobbies, friendships, health, and self-growth. Let him see that your happiness does not depend entirely on his messages or validation. That independence becomes magnetic. Sometimes, taking a step back emotionally creates room for someone to realize your importance. When you are not constantly chasing conversations or demanding attention, he begins to notice the silence. He wonders what you are doing, who you are spending time with, and why your energy suddenly feels different. Curiosity creates emotional tension, and emotional tension often leads to deeper attraction. A woman who values her own time automatically teaches others to value it too. The less desperate you appear for attention, the more unforgettable your presence becomes in someone's mind. One of the most powerful ways to make someone miss you is to stop making them the only source of your happiness. Many women unknowingly lose their emotional value because they pour all their energy into one person while neglecting their own growth, dreams, and personal life. The moment your happiness depends completely on someone else's attention, you begin to lose the confidence and independence that made you attractive in the first place. There is something incredibly magnetic about a woman who genuinely enjoys her own life. When you focus on improving yourself, chasing your goals, learning new skills, staying active, and building meaningful friendships, your energy changes completely. You stop looking needy and start radiating confidence. People naturally feel drawn toward those who carry purpose and self-respect. A man notices when a woman is emotionally fulfilled without constantly seeking validation. He sees the difference between someone who is desperate for attention and someone who values herself enough to create a beautiful life beyond a relationship. Confidence is not about acting arrogant or cold. It is about knowing that your worth does not decrease simply because someone fails to recognize it for a moment. The more you grow as a person, the more unforgettable you become. Your conversations become deeper, your mindset becomes stronger, and your presence starts carrying positive energy. Men deeply miss women who inspire peace, ambition, and emotional strength because those qualities are rare. Instead of sitting around waiting for a text or overthinking every little thing, invest that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Read more, travel, exercise, work on your passions, and build a life that excites you. When someone realizes that your world does not revolve entirely around them, they begin to fear losing access to your energy. That is when true appreciation starts growing naturally. One of the fastest ways to push someone away is by constantly chasing them for attention, affection, or reassurance. Many women believe that the more effort they put into pursuing a man, the more he will value them. But in reality, chasing often creates emotional pressure instead of attraction. When someone feels like they are constantly being pursued, they stop feeling the excitement of earning your attention. Real attraction cannot be forced. It grows naturally when there's balance, mystery, and mutual effort. A woman who constantly double texts, always initiates conversations, and tries too hard to keep someone interested slowly loses her emotional power. Instead of appearing valuable, she begins to appear overly dependent on validation. This changes the dynamic completely. Men are naturally drawn toward women who respect themselves enough to maintain standards and emotional control. When you stop chasing and start focusing on your own life, your energy becomes calmer and more attractive. You no longer feel anxious about whether he will call or text because your happiness is not attached to constant attention. That confidence creates curiosity. Attraction works strongest when both people feel the possibility of loss. If a man believes you will always stay, no matter how little effort he gives, he becomes comfortable and emotionally lazy. But when he realizes that you value yourself enough to walk away from inconsistency or disrespect, he starts paying closer attention. Suddenly, your presence feels important. This does not mean acting cold, manipulative, or pretending not to care. It means understanding your worth and allowing someone to meet your energy naturally. Healthy relationships are built on mutual interest, not one-sided chasing. The moment you stop forcing connection and start protecting your peace, people begin to recognize your value more deeply. A woman who attracts instead of chases carries a quiet confidence that is impossible to ignore. Her energy feels calm, rare, and unforgettable because she knows she does not need to beg for love to receive it. People rarely miss perfection. What they truly miss are the emotions they felt with someone. This is why emotional memories are far more powerful than physical attraction or expensive gifts. A man may forget small details over time, but he will always remember how a woman made him feel during important moments in his life. Many women focus too much on trying to appear flawless, thinking beauty alone is enough to keep someone emotionally attached. But real emotional connection is created through experiences, conversations, laughter, comfort, and support. The moments that stay in someone's heart are usually the ones filled with genuine emotion. A deep late-night conversation, a moment of encouragement during hard times, or even laughing together until tears come out can become unforgettable memories. When you create positive emotional experiences, your presence becomes connected to comfort and peace in his mind. Every time he feels stressed, lonely, or emotionally drained, his mind naturally remembers the person who once made him feel understood and relaxed. That emotional association is incredibly powerful because people are always drawn back toward feelings that made them happy or emotionally safe. Being emotionally memorable does not mean trying too hard to impress someone. It means being authentic and emotionally present. Listen carefully when he speaks. Show genuine interest in his thoughts, dreams, and struggles. Support him when he feels low, instead of only appearing during good moments. Small emotional gestures often leave the deepest impact because they feel real. A woman who creates emotional memories becomes difficult to replace because emotional connection cannot be copied easily. Someone else may look attractive, but they cannot recreate the unique feelings attached to specific moments shared with you. That is why some people remain unforgettable long after the relationship changes or distance grows. The strongest bonds are not built only through attraction. They are built through emotions that stay alive in someone's heart, even when you are no longer around. One of the most underrated forms of power in any relationship is silence. Many women feel the need to constantly explain themselves, react immediately, defend every emotion, or send long messages trying to fix every problem. But the truth is, overreacting often weakens your emotional position instead of strengthening it. When emotions take control, people sometimes say too much, reveal too much, and lose the calm energy that naturally commands respect. Silence is powerful because it creates space. Instead of reacting impulsively to every situation, emotional control allows you to think clearly and protect your peace. A calm woman stands out in a world where most people are ruled by emotional chaos. When you stop begging for attention, arguing endlessly, or chasing explanations, your energy becomes more mature and attractive. There's also a psychological effect behind silence. When someone is used to receiving constant attention, emotional reactions, or immediate responses from you, your sudden calmness becomes noticeable. They start wondering what changed. Curiosity begins to grow naturally because silence creates emotional tension. It forces people to reflect instead of relying on predictable reactions. This does not mean ignoring people to manipulate them or playing mind games. Healthy silence is about self-respect and emotional discipline. It means understanding that not every disagreement deserves a dramatic response, and not every moment requires you to prove your value. Sometimes walking away quietly speaks louder than hours of arguing. A woman who controls her emotions, instead of letting emotions control her, becomes unforgettable. Her peaceful energy feels rare because she does not seek validation through drama or constant reassurance. She understands that true confidence is often quiet, not loud. The more emotionally calm you become, the more others begin to respect your presence. People are naturally drawn toward those who carry peace, confidence, and self-control because that kind of energy feels safe and valuable. Silence, when used with wisdom and maturity, can communicate strength more powerfully than endless words ever could. The most important secret to making someone truly miss you is knowing your worth and never begging for love, attention, or commitment. The moment you start pleading with someone to stay in your life, you slowly give away your emotional power. Love should never feel like a constant struggle where one person keeps proving their value while the other gives the bare minimum effort. Many women lower their standards out of fear of losing someone. They tolerate disrespect, ignore red flags, and accept inconsistent behavior simply because they are afraid of being alone. But when you constantly accept less than you deserve, you teach people that your boundaries are weak. Over time, they begin to believe they can treat you however they want without consequences. A woman who truly understands her value does not chase validation from others. She knows that her kindness, loyalty, emotional support, and presence are valuable qualities. Because of that, she refuses to beg someone to recognize what should already be obvious. Confidence grows when you realize that your worth is not dependent on one person's opinion or attention. People naturally respect those who respect themselves. When a man sees that you are willing to walk away from situations that drain your peace or damage your self-respect, he starts understanding that losing you is a real possibility. That realization often creates deeper appreciation because valuable people are never easy to replace. Knowing your worth also changes the way you carry yourself emotionally. You stop overthinking every delayed reply or constantly questioning your importance. Instead of trying to convince someone to choose you, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. That quiet confidence becomes incredibly attractive because it shows emotional strength and maturity. The truth is, genuine love never requires you to abandon your dignity. The right person will not need endless convincing to appreciate your presence. A woman who values herself deeply becomes unforgettable because her energy reflects confidence, peace, and self-respect. And people always miss what they realize was truly rare.